Hey guys, welcome to Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. I am in terrible lighting and it is fine. I'm here because I wanted to make a mid video with this little cute guy. I mean, that cute guy over there too, but this little cute guy.
This old guy.
So and you see my shadow above me because of my cupboard? Yeah. We are making a video and I just wanted to kind of give a day in the life summary of a day when you just look at everything kind of as a learning opportunity. This can apply for homeschooling families, public schooling families, anything. But just the idea that if you look around and look for opportunities to do things with your kids, you'll find a lot of things to teach them. So we got up this morning and Mark had an appointment. So him and Naomi headed out, actually, and then Naomi had an appointment. So we were here, all the rest of us, without them. And I forget what we did. Oh, first we watched World Watch, which is our news thing, and we had a discussion about flamingos because they talked about flamingos on it. I don't even remember oh no, flamingos were not on that. We did something else first. World Watch. We talked about go bags. People call them different things, but kind of like a survival bag. If you live in a place where you might have to evacuate your home quickly, like the flood in Texas or wildfires or tornadoes, what would you take in that type of bag? And so we were discussing two types of bags. One, if we were planning to leave here to go to someone else's house, what kinds of things would we put in the bag? And two, if we were leaving here to go like a camping situation, what would we need to take? And so it was a good opportunity to talk about what is necessary to put in the bag, what is unnecessary, like you don't need to bring all your toys, things that you can replace but would be hard, like birth certificates or licenses, because while those are things you can replace, like if you had a house fire, you can replace those. Everybody in Texas right now who lost things during the flood are all trying to replace those things, and that makes things really difficult. We also were discussing like the idea of having food with you or talking about your medical needs. Like Josiah, he's always with us right now, but if he were going to be without us, he should have something that says, I have seizures. So if somebody found him, they would know what his issue was, like if they found him in an episode. But then we talked about friends who have some children with type 1 diabetes, and they should have something on in case somebody found them in need of sugar, because trying to help Josiah through a seizure is not going to be helped by putting sugar in his mouth, and trying to help the girls with a sugar low is not going to be helped by giving them anti-seizure medication. So we were discussing that as a family, trying to keep it really lighthearted because we know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that has affected people. But right now where we live in Maine, we have very little reason to need a go bag at the moment. I know things that I would grab if for some reason we needed to leave the area, but if we lived in a different place, we would do things. We also talked about like tornadoes, having shoes in the tornado shelter or on you in case your place was hit and you needed to go out. So that was just an interesting discussion. Then I had to get something done. So the kids watched a short show with some animals in it. And we talked about flamingos and why they're pink. They are pink from their diet. And flamingos actually lose some of their color when they have a baby because mom's body is drained so much from pregnancy. And so it's just a good reminder for us pregnant and nursing mamas to make sure we're taking care of our nutrition, because it definitely, baby gets what baby needs. So we did that. Trying to remember. Oh, then we went outside and I was doing school with some of the little kids. So one, we were working on, some of us have been working on cursive. And so we just were practicing letters that they didn't know. So I went like with Uriah through the letters and he would write them in the air, just with his finger. And if I thought he had a question about it, we'd write it down on paper so we could check his work. And then I had a couple kids that we were doing math. And so I'd give them a math problem like Uriah, just going to make up numbers here, like 3,642 plus 7,826. And when he'd get his answer, I'd circle two numbers next to each other, from the answer, and he'd have to go jump that many times because we were making it into a game. Mark wasn't here, so he didn't know what we were doing.
Cool.
And then we were working on that.
They had a lot of fun.
Huh?
They had a lot of fun with all these things. They told me about all these things.
Yeah. So we, they told him he had to jump, but they probably didn't tell him exactly how they had to do the math. I was doing reading practice and stuff with people outside. Then we had a little, what's it called? First aid lesson, because we had a child who got something in their eye, and you know that kids who get something in their eye immediately want to rub their eye. And so we talked about how fragile our eyes are. We need to be very careful and what you need to do. So we got out some artificial teardrops that we had, and we got his eye fixed, and he's all better. But if you happen to see Uriah on a video in the next day or two, his eye's a little bit red. Sorry, checking on Josiah on the camera. Then Mark came home. We had lunch. Did we do something else? Oh, while they were gone, we also listened to an audio on the computer, and we folded 4 loads of laundry and put them away. So that was a good life skill lesson to do. Then we had our lunch and we watched some science shows. We have Answers TV, which is from Answers in Genesis. And during COVID, they did a show called Unlocking Science, where it was like science labs. So they were doing, 2 scientists were working together to do science in a lab. So they did one about lighting some type of gas on fire. I was in this other room, so I didn't hear what that one was. Mm-hmm. They were doing something where they were shooting gun things under pressure. I don't know. I was in here talking to Mark, but it was very educational. And then we went outside. What did we do outside then? I don't remember. I think we just played for a little bit. We might have done some... Oh, I remember what we did. The kids have been asking me about learning how to use the sewing machine. And so I had seen this idea a while ago that you teach them how to sew on a piece of paper with no thread, because they don't get frustrated that the thread is getting tangled up. They don't get frustrated that they have to learn how to thread the machine or anything. We were working on just pressure with the foot pedal, going fast and slow. We were learning, we have my machine when I was growing up is different, but this one's like more electronic. And so there's a button you push to make it so that the needle will stay in the fabric, or for our case, paper, when you take your foot off instead of finishing by pulling the needle up. So we were learning some of the buttons on it. And then I would have them, I made a very simple, this was for Abigail, who's 10, and Uriah, who's 7. He's almost 8. It's birthday season. And so I made a very simple dot to dot for each of them. So Abigail had a star and Uriah had a square with a line through it. And they had to go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 and learn how to keep the needle in the paper and turn the paper. So when they finished, they could see their design on the paper, but all they had to worry about was the paper, not the thread. And they really, really liked that. They wanted to be able to do that later in the day, but I had already told them that the next project we were doing, oh, wait, I gotta go back, because while you were gone,
hold on, what's the next project?
The map.
Okay.
But it reminded me because while they were gone, Abigail made a scavenger hunt for the 3-year-old Gideon. And so she made a map. There's a video. I'll put it at the end of this. If you don't want to watch a 10-year-old filming her little brother doing a scavenger hunt, and I haven't even watched it yet, so it's probably pure craziness. If you don't want to watch that, you don't have to.
She got, no, like she'd try to point him in a certain specific place, and he would like go to the counter, but not to the left of it. And she's like, no. And she sounds just like a little Virginia.
Oh, so anyway, she was trying to help him, and I don't know what it looks like in the video. If he looked like he was having fun, but he had so much fun, fun. And then all day he carried around his little treasure box that he got at the end. So she had done that with him this morning. She drew a map that he could follow, like a treasure map, and then there were clues at different places. But that all happened because we're learning maps and geography. So I will put out a video tomorrow that the kids and I made edible maps. We took peanut butter, honey, and oat flour. So we just took oats and blended them in the blender and made like a Play-Doh. And I gave everyone a paper plate, and they were able to make an island however they wanted out of their Play-Doh. And then they had chocolate chips, pretzels, Life cereal, almonds, and coconut. And they could decorate their island in any way. But because we've been learning about maps, they had to make a compass rose. They had to make a legend to tell what the different things were. And in the video, they'll describe their islands to you. You won't see all the work, like we hadn't put together the legends and everything when I made the video, because they also wanted to eat. But everybody enjoyed the snack. So I would definitely recommend that as a project for a rainy day at your house or something like that.
That was great.
The kids want to do it again. They were asking.
The stories were awesome.
They were asking if they could eat, use gummy bears that we had in the cabinet as people, but I decided we already had enough sugar. But they had a ton of fun with that, and that kept us busy. That was probably a good hour-long project. So that was helpful. Then we went outside. We recently got a new swing between two trees, which is just like a regular go front and back. What do they call it? Just like a regular playground swing. But then we also have a new swing on a big tall tree that is like a rope with a circle at the bottom, like one of those disc swings. So the kids were playing with that. Then we taught them ladder safety. So how to climb a ladder, watch your positioning, watch where your feet are, make sure you're grabbing the right spots, all of that. Oh, also, like, if it's up against a building, making sure it's not too high that you're going to flip the ladder over when you get to the top. That would be a bad thing. Just kind of like the angle of a ladder. There's a lot of ladder safety. So something that we definitely will have to revisit with kids, but then they got a chance to climb the ladder. Everybody was safe and supervised, and they climbed the ladder according to safety.
How they felt comfortable.
How they felt comfortable. There were children who did not go up as far as we would have allowed them to because they didn't feel safe. And then there were children that we were like, yep, that's high enough because we want to make sure everyone stays safe. Because we have some children who really like to
we have some big sensory seekers.
Yeah, big sensory seekers. And I didn't want them sensory seeking too high on the ladder on their first time on a ladder. Because I guess one of my big fears is not so much that they would fall, but that they would get terrified at the top and not want to come down. Because I have seen in years when I was younger, kids who have climbed to the top of playground equipment and then they're scared and don't know how to get down. And it's hard to get someone down who's petrified at the top. So that's my biggest fear, is not that they're actually going to get hurt. I just don't want to have to try to climb the ladder and get a scared kid off. So
yeah, that wouldn't be...
That wouldn't be fun. And probably other people don't have that fear. I hope I didn't just unlock that fear in anyone's head. That's just something that I've seen.
You have special considerations.
Yeah. I have trouble getting up ladders anyway. So I might play it differently in certain situations because I want to make sure everyone's safe. And you need to do that for your own family, whatever your limitations are. I know my limitations. I know my limitations are most beaches in Maine I could not take my kids to privately. Like just myself, because I have a hard time walking on rocky beaches, and most of the beaches around here are rocky. And so I know for the safety of everyone, not that kids regularly get hurt at the beach or anything, but I can't easily walk to a child on a rocky beach. But maybe your limitation is you don't like heights. And so you need to, like, I can't climb heights very well, but if you didn't like heights, then you might want to be more considerate of that. Or if you're afraid of water, you might want to be considerate of that. Like whatever it is for your family. So anyway, we ended up staying outside late, and we had just leftovers for dinner. And then we were playing word games. I was like, we did something else.
played Scrabble.
Well, before we played Scrabble, we played Snowman, which is hangman, except we build a snowman instead of hanging someone. So when you get a letter wrong, it's a circle for the body, a circle for the head, a circle for the body.
It's like Bibleopoly. Instead of trying to take everybody's money, you have to help them build their church. Don't point that thing at me.
So anyway, yeah, so the kids do different ones, and all the kids do it. Gideon likes to do it. Sometimes let your little ones play the games, even if they can't play them quite right. Because Gideon is 3, and he will make, like tonight, I think he made 7 lines on the board. And someone would say a letter, and sometimes it would be right in his word, and sometimes it would be wrong. He would write it in the wrong, over on the side where you write all the wrong letters, and he'd make another part of a snowman, and he'd write the letter that was right on the lines. It really wasn't a word, but in his head, he knew what he was doing, and it gave him practice writing letters and listening to people and watching people take turns and all of that stuff. So it helps with spelling practice. What?
And watching him try to figure it out is kind of fun too.
Yeah. And so also it's good for all ages, because we do this game. We had everyone from the 3-year-old, actually this little guy right here, he now tries to yell out letters too. It usually sounds like he's saying D, so we'll put a D on the board. But he really he sees everyone else calling out letters, so he wants to call one out. And the 3-year-old can do it on the board, and we were playing with grandmas tonight. Both grandmas were playing with us. So that's a fun game to play. Then we put kids to bed, and then we pulled out Scrabble. So we played regular Scrabble, and Mark beat us. And then, so there were 4 of us playing.
I only
myself
beat you by 3, and that was only at the very last thing because I happened to run out of tiles.
It didn't.
You were about 15 points ahead of me before.
I started out the game with a 51-point word because the first word put down was cow, and I was able to add to it. So I made the word co-worker, and it ended up on a triple word score. So not that it was an unfair advantage, but that was my first play. So
good strike.
And then Naomi ended up with a Q at the end, so that always makes it hard. But we played that, and then we played a game called Pick 4. So I don't know if this is a game other people play, or if this is a game my grandma made up. I don't know. But you lay all your Scrabble tiles in the middle of the table. No Scrabble board, just the Scrabble tiles.
Face down.
And everybody, face down. And everybody grabs 4 tiles, and they try to make a word or words like you would on a Scrabble board, but you're making them in front of yourself. So you could have the word tune, T-O-O-N, or you could have the word T-O-O, and then under one of the O's put N for on, so to and on. It doesn't have to just be made of one, make one word, I guess is what I'm saying, but they all have to connect like Scrabble words. And so as soon as one of the players, we were playing with 5 people. As soon as one of the players uses all their tiles, they call out pick 4. Everybody picks 4 again, and you're still trying to build on your thing.
But
you are allowed to. Yeah.
You can mix it up and start over, right?
You can mix it up and start over if you choose to. But then when the next person finishes with all the tiles they say pick 4, and everyone keeps picking until there's no more left, and whoever finishes first wins. We never
Which was
played
also
it.
Me. Didn't I win that?
And Abigail said,
I'm so tired.
Abigail said you did, but I had actually finished about 20 seconds before, and I just didn't say anything. Because we were playing, nobody had played the game before.
Yeah.
So I finished first, and I felt like I didn't need to say, hey, I'm done, because I wanted people to still be trying, because they were still learning the game, if that makes sense.
Is that like the spoons where you've got your 4 cards and you just keep picking one up and sitting there from now?
Yeah.
You've got your spoon and you just
I just didn't say anything. I just kept watching. And so anyway, we played that. And it's really fun because you can play with just 2 people, or you can play with a bunch of people. And it's not, I don't know. We never played it competitive, okay, you won, we need to play another game to see if I'm going to win. It was just kind of something we did and had fun with.
It's fun. Yeah.
It's fun.
Shaping
And
it.
then they were taking all the scrap. So by this point, Samuel then went off to bed. So it was me and Mark and Naomi and Mark's mom. And they had the Scrabble tiles out. And what word did you get?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
They were seeing if they could make really, really long words.
We can.
What did Naomi make?
Infra and supralapsarianism. It's a theological thing. I won't get into that.
They were just making very big words. They thought it was really fun. And then Naomi put them all, like all the A's, all the B's, all the C's. Yep. So anyway, that's our video tonight. It was kind of rambly, but I was just trying to encourage you that everything you do can be a learning opportunity.
And you can have fun with your family while you do it.
Yeah.
And it didn't cost anything.
And you can get everybody involved. So all those things that we did were things that everyone could have been involved in. Some of the things, not everyone was. Like at one point, Mark, Naomi, and his mom were all not there while we were doing things. But I could have added them if they were there. What?
Yeah, but like we intentionally take time with the older kids every day.
Yeah.
Because just life gets busy and you make sure you make time for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody had a good time.
We don't do one-on-one time. I mean, we will if a child needs something, but we don't have like scheduled, like Monday nights, this person has it, or we go out on one-on-one dates at certain points or whatever. But we try to make sure that all the kids are feeling like they are getting, I don't know, they're getting attention.
Yeah.
So like we will play
they
games.
They can tell their stories and they can talk to us and we can go for a walk. And we can...
Yeah. And we'll like do games or like even when we go places, we'll tell each other, like we'll tell the family, oh, this is one that Uriah's really going to like. Everyone in the family is going to enjoy it, but we're doing this because this is Uriah's thing. Does that make sense? Like we all went to the state house when Naomi did her bill to try to abolish abortion, and everybody enjoyed different aspects of the day, but we were doing it for Naomi.
Right.
Does that make sense? But I think also teaching all your kids that you can make the best of the time, even if it's not really your thing, because you can enjoy the people you're with and you can enjoy doing something new. You can enjoy the conversations.
Yeah, it's contentment, it's gratitude, it's thinking of others is more important than yourself. Mm-hmm. All those biblical concepts.
But I think there's just a lot of things that I know that I can let go by the wayside that would be a great learning opportunity. Oh, I forgot another one we did. I did this with the little boys. They're very excited about this right now. We've been practicing Bible verses. And so I'll have them say as much of the Bible verse as they can, and then I'll help them with the rest of it. And when they're done saying it, they get to run a lap around here in the inside. So we have a living room that's connected by a door to our bedroom, and then the door goes out of our bedroom through the kitchen and back to the living room. So they'll run a lap. And then they come back and say it to me again. Again, I'll help them as much as they need. And they run a lap. And we'll do it 4 or 5 times.
They really enjoy that.
They think it's so fun.
Reading day project.
And so it's just another way to do learning. But it's so easy for me to see the kids are all like reading a book. And so then I'll get on my phone. And then it's like, oh, a whole bunch of time went by that I wasn't even paying attention. Or they start fussing with each other because they're bored of reading books and I haven't noticed or paid attention. And now I need to go deal with a correction situation that I could have just headed off by actually being present in the moment.
Put your phone down. Not you.
It's something that I think is a good
our
reminder. It's something I've been trying to be more intentional with while I sit here talking to my phone for 24 minutes. But I think it's a good reminder. I've been trying to be more present to what's going on around me, because until you set the phone down or until you stop, I'm not saying never read books, I'm not saying never watch a show, but until you stop being focused on something else and you just kind of watch what's going on around you, you don't realize how many little things you're missing every day.
Yep.
Like babies who are learning, he's starting to say words. And he'll occasionally, like tonight, he said, Saya, when I was talking about Josiah. And I could have easily missed that because I can't get him to say it again. Like, he will eventually, but he said, love you the other day. to Naomi. And I happened to hear it because I was sitting in the room we were talking. But it's not something he's saying all the time now. Just those things. Reminder to be present. Anything else you want to say?
Not really.
Good, because my hand's falling asleep and I might drop the camera. So after this, you can turn this off here because I'm going to be done. But if you want to watch a pretty funny scavenger hunt, keep watching for a little bit. See you guys next time on Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God.
Okay, Gideon. So we're going to have a treasure map and we're going to look for our treasure. Yeah. Okay. So here is our treasure map. So the start is here. Where's that? This is the dining room. So what's this? The dining room, and then what's over there? The
Treasure map.
no, the
Map.
no. What's over? No, look. If this is the dining room, then what's over there? It's the
Bathroom.
Yes, the bathroom. So here's your first clue. We're gonna follow and go to the bathroom. What does that look like, Gideon?
It looks like this one
Yep.
is for
And what's in the bathroom? What's in this bathroom?
toilet
let's-
and a
here.
bath.
No, we're gonna look at your clue. What does that look like? What's this look like?
A sink.
And then underneath it, what's
Yes.
underneath it? The towels?
And
No, the towels. So Matt,
Oh,
hey, no. Look. So in your clue, it's in the first towel, the top towel. Can you open up the top towel and look for your new clue? No. In here. What's in there? What's in there? Is that your clue? No,
Yeah.
right in there. Can you pick it up?
That's my clue. That's my clue.
Okay. So now we're going to go out of the bathroom and look at your new clue. Very
Ow.
excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have to look at your treasure map again. Come here. Okay, so from your treasure map, you go from the bathroom and you go over. And what's this look like? This is the table. So what's right next to the table on this side?
Oh, a bench.
Okay. Look at your clue. That's the bench, right?
Yep.
Then there's a clue inside it. So you want to go look in the bench for your clue?
Yeah. Ooh.
Let's see if you can find your clue. Gideon, can you find your clue? Your clue? What's your clue? Good job.
I know the clue.
Okay.
I know the clue.
Now, gonna go back. Look at your treasure map again. Where's your new clue?
Over here.
No. Your new clue is this one. Sorry, kind of bad job. So, what's this over here?
I don't know.
Hey, this is the kitchen table. The kitchen table. What's over there? What's that?
A fridge.
Okay, so we're gonna open up the fridge. And look, what did I draw on the clue?
Ooh.
What's this? Is that the box of eggs?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take this bowl off. Open up. The new clue!
Clue. Yellow.
Okay, back to your treasure map. What's on your new clue?
Okay.
Your treasure map, you go from here. And what's this?
I know.
What?
Outside.
No, you go from here. You go over this way. And look at your clue. Look at your clue. We're gonna open up our cupboard. What's your clue? Is that the Dutch oven? Is our clue the Dutch oven? Okay, so we're gonna take off the lid. Yeah! It's a new clue.
Another one. I'm gonna show mommy then.
Okay, we're gonna finish our map first, and then we can find our treasure. Okay, so we go from this. What's over here? What's this? Is this the living room? This is the couch, and then what do we have here?
Oh, I don't know.
The bookshelf? Does this look like the bookshelf?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to look for your clue in between the books.
I need a book. I
The-
need it.
No, you don't need a store.
Yeah.
No. On this bookshelf. Can you find it? Can you move the books to find it?
Found it.
Good job.
Wow.
Okay, back to your treasure map. I think he likes his map.
One.
Okay, so now
A
on the
bag.
bookshelf, go over. What's this?
I don't know.
It's Mommy and Daddy's room. So look at the dotted line. You go. And what's that? Is that between the beds?
Yeah.
You want to try going there to see what's there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it?
Between the beds. What's that? Is that a box? And it's your treasure. What's in there?
I don't know.
Got a dinosaur.
Wow.
Pick that up. Can you pick that up?
Wow.
And then you got a periwinkle shell. You got sea glass. You got a tomato and a bullet.
Thanks.
Is that so cool?
Yeah.
Was that fun?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Was that really fun?
Yeah. I'm not.
Okay, can you say bye?
Bye.